Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do. So, for today, we are going to take a look at the Toynbee Convector. This is story number 93 of 100 in the collection Bradbury stories. We're almost done with this long-running project here in Let's Talk. I'm looking forward to getting through it. But the Toynbee Convector, on the 100th anniversary of his travels through time, and a 130-year-old man with no name, just called the Time Traveler, he invites a reporter to visit him and do an interview. A reporter's named Roger Shumway, and the man has not been interviewed in 100 years since his return from traveling through time. But 100 years earlier, he did indeed travel through time, or at least claim to. He came back with pictures of the Earth being cleaned up and repaired and the cities restored after decades of war. Mankind has survived, it has learned its lessons, it has ended poverty and sickness and all the other ills of the 20th century. Meanwhile, thousands of people have gathered outside waiting for the arrival for a brief moment of the younger version of the time traveler in the skies overhead, at which time he would have taken pictures of what has now become the present, but at the time was the future. The old man, he takes the reporter Shumway down to the time machine, which has been locked away for more than a century. Apparently, they decided that it was too dangerous to travel through time again, knowing that we've already succeeded. So the government basically outlawed future time travel. At this time, the clock ticks down, the moment of the supposed arrival, and nobody shows up. The time traveler, he cracks a bottle of 1984 vintage wine. Notice the Orwell reference. And he, at that point, reveals to Shumway that it was all a hoax. I actually spent years creating a fake time machine, creating fake images and videos, and I did this because we were without hope and I needed to give society something to aspire to, which they have done. At that point, the old man dies and becomes, in fact, a time traveler, a man permanently stuck in the past. The Toynbee Convector. I really like this tale. It is vintage, hopeful Bradbury. There's a little bit of interplay in the story, basically referencing H.G. Wells' time machine, but also Orwell's more darker version of the future. And I love how Bradbury, he was able to meld those two things and show a way of moving forward and creating a hopeful future. What he's saying is that there is no foregone conclusion. There's still time to choose a better direction. I really like that. It's one of the great things about Bradbury. I think it's probably one of the reasons why he is somewhat overlooked by so-called serious critics. They have a way of viewing optimism as being unrealistic, but I think in case of Bradbury, he has the admission that things are bad or can go worse, but he also offers this other option where things can get changed. And fake story about fake time travel has real and positive results on the society in this book. So I guess the lesson here is fake it until you make it. The Toynbee Convector. I highly recommend this short story for your morning reading. If you've read this story, feel free to leave a positive and constructive comment below. Either way, give this video a thumbs up and tune in next time for story number 94 of 100, which is Forever and the Earth. All right, guys, have a good day.